Good evening. Namaskaram to all devotees of Shirdi Baba. Come on in, Shiva and Mrs. Shiva. Let's all welcome fall, which is the dawn. Tomorrow morning is going to be fall. And of course, many of the students here have started the fall semester. I can't see you, all of you. How come you went upstairs? Oh, okay, children. Very good. You're all going through fall semester, and let's also welcome fall, and we will also go. Life is like a semester. You also have all of us face exams, not necessarily pre-med students and doctors here. Everyone follows certain exams, certain code of conduct, certain philosophy that termed out by Shirdi Baba and other gods, other Sadgurus. Happy birthday to Dr. Geeta in Houston. I promised you, and I'm doing that. I hope you had a good time, good meeting yesterday. Last time I talked about the last satsang. You remember anybody's genes? How God puts genes into you, and then these are all destiny genes. And then I explained how destiny genes work. All of you, Sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, have destiny genes because these destiny genes constitute this prarabdha karma, Sanchita karma. I explained in one satsang very meticulously how Lord Shiva takes Sanchita karma, handful, and then sprawls around you, and that becomes your prarabdha karma. Does he follow any rule? I explained what rule he follows when he takes a handful of Sanchita karma. None of that today. I welcome all of you to talk a little bit about how Shirdi Baba turns ordinary into extraordinary. Shirdi Baba does it every moment. I'm seeing it every moment in my life by the phone calls, by the long emails, the short emails, by the overseas residents of Shirdi Baba devotees. In fact, this Shirdi Baba devotee small picture, India's Prime Minister who landed in Philadelphia just this morning, he has one such picture given to him by me because the destiny of, thank you, the destiny of Bharat, India, also has got Sanchita karma, and then Lord Shiva has taken a handful of that and then put it in the prarabdha karma. Probably when he took it, he didn't know that we are living in Kailash, and I'm not finding fault with Lord Shiva. I was born on Mahashivaratri, so I am very fond, extremely fond of Lord Shiva and vice versa. But then he forgot that India has got so many problems now. How come the Sanchita karma he didn't choose, pick and choose, and give only the good karma to all the political bigwigs? The following is an imaginary conversation between Indra and Shirdi Baba. Indra, is a very ambitious person, ambitious god, lord of the Deva world. And Shirdi Baba, he meets with Shirdi Baba, and suddenly there is a huge, thunderstorm, if you will. And all them, both of them have computers in the Deva land, and then Shirdi Baba is the current times. And all the files are gone. The computers stop working. It's a big thunderstorm, and everything is gone. They're supposed to take out some printouts. Indra cannot do anything. He is completely flummoxed and he is confused and he cannot do any computer because his lines are all off. Maybe controlled by AT&T. That's why I said flummoxed, confused. And then Indra came, and then they want a printout, and Shirdi Baba comes out with a handful of printouts. Indra is very surprised, bamboozled, and he says, Shirdi Deva, how come you brought all the printouts? Our computers are not, no computer in the world is working now. How did you manage? Baba, cool as a cucumber, he says, because I save. That is Shirdi Baba's work. Are you serious? That's a humor. Because I save. Oh, sometimes I got to say, but then you got a very subtle laughter, as seen by Shanti ji, or Shiva is also subtle. Shirdi Baba saves on the computer as well as he saves lives from all these problems like thunderstorms. It's just an allegory of all the problems you come across in your life, everyday mundane life. That's why he said, I save. Indra was having difficulty like you. He didn't smile for a long time, and then suddenly Shirdi Baba had to remind, that's a humor. I save all my data. AT&T cannot stop me. With that, let me congratulate Chetan and our Chetan's friend Sai Murari. Sai Murari's humor is not coming out. So many people send me lecture notes, emails and texts. How come your humor, wonderful humor, very deep humor, the late night comedian Sai Murari is not there? I say he has got too much of work, evening homework assignments. And evening, the evening he goes for swimming. And then he plays cricket on Saturday and Sunday. No place for humor in Sai Murari's life. That is why I bring my own humor. It may be a little less than Sai Murari's humor, but Sai Murari, I am trying to have a lesson, have some time with Sai Murari so that I can learn his style and type of humor. He is here today. There's a lot of humor, but then I want to talk with you the topic. Shirdi Baba can turn ordinary things into extraordinary. What exactly can I talk about? Very often, Indians, non-resident Indians, most of them when I ask, Mama, I'm going to India next week. Where do you go? Hyderabad. So, all the people I ask going to India, Mama, I don't ask where you go because I assume Hyderabad. So Hyderabad has become synonymous with India. Our next guest I'm going to discuss is from Hyderabad. He's a scientist who was working for Mr. Gopal Rao. He lives in India, so there's no question of coming to the United States and living in South Haven or West Haven and going back to India. Gopal Rao was a scientific officer in the Department of Atomic Energy, Hyderabad. This story is emanating from 1989. Gopal Rao was completely shorn of any idea of Shirdi Baba. Shirdi Baba was not known to him. He was dealing in science and technology as a senior scientific officer, and therefore he thought, I have a lot of science, I'm getting a high salary, I need not know Shirdi Baba or anybody. And then his parents never took him to Shirdi. And therefore he was living his life. But then suddenly, friend came and gave him a Shirdi Baba picture like this. When Shirdi Baba picture came, he kept on smiling, and Dr. Gopal Rao, we will call him Gopal Rao, he kept on smiling at the picture. And then the neighbors, one neighbor visited who gave the picture. His name is Bonsley. He's a Mauritian, and Bonsley loved Shirdi Baba. He once said, why don't you visit Shirdi with me? You will find lots of wonderful things about Shirdi Baba. You are a scientific officer, you have some ambitions, and therefore if you visit Shirdi, all your ambitions will come true. That's what Sai uncle says. Because Gopal Rao knows me. If not personally, he came to know through. Lots of Hyderabad, people from Hyderabad are in my mission. All the Telugu people whose bhakti flows like Chandrabhaga river, I often talk about people who speak Telugu and English, like most of you. Am I right? If I am wrong, I apologize to you. So Mr. Gopal Rao was very happy. He is gradually thinking, okay, I should visit Shirdi. But then in 1989, 1990, he started reading Satcharita. Like uncle says, read at least one page of Satcharita or at least one paragraph of Satcharita. If you are a scientific officer, if you are a dean, if you are a professor, your friend is not here today. Or is he here? Professor? No. They all don't have time. They are teaching. The other professor, UNT, he teaches medical students, and then he's doing research on what is that? Ophthalmology, eye doctor, ophthalmology, right? So he's doing research on glaucoma, and this professor is teaching operations management at UTD. And they all don't have time, and therefore I say read one sentence every day. So you will take 5 Janmas to finish Sacharita. The second story is about the gentleman Dabolkar who wrote Sacharita. Very nice, interesting information that you may not know is coming up. So he said, he started reading, he found a wonderful thing, and then in 1918, he thought in 1990, I'm living like a vagabond. I don't have any this thing, I don't have any responsibility. And I never met Sai uncle. If I had met Sai uncle through email, he would have told you the great importance, significance of Shirdi Baba in your life. For example, Sai uncle teaches once a month, 1 hour, a lecture, right? People come and tell me very strange reasons. Certainly one gentleman is very close to me and the host. He told me, I texted my wife, your wife is living in Hyderabad and you are living in Irving. I texted my wife, I emailed my wife, I even tried to speak with my wife. My only doubt was, wait a minute, is that your wife? You are mistaking some woman for your wife. You are emailing, inviting people for the puja. You are emailing your own wife. Is she not living with you? So this is real, I asked, like the host knows. Am I saying the truth? Uncle always speaks the truth, the absolute truth, nothing but the truth. If the truth is very bitter to some devotees, I mask the devotee's name. Like Joe Austin does on Sunday morning on Fox News. He masks all the names. I can also mask all the names and tell the real stories. Gopal Rao found it very interesting, particularly chapter 21 of Sri Sacharita, page 111. You need not worry about it. Uncle knows even Sripal Srivallabha page, chapter. Because you live the book. How many of you live Sacharita in your life? Every day. If you live, you will see Shirdi Baba in front of you, day in and day out. This is true. I'm not just getting away with some flamboyant sentences and then trying to hoodwink you. Never. I don't do it at all. I tell the truth about Shirdi Baba, and Shirdi Baba does prove it. The other day, Sripal Srivallabha in my dream early morning was walking from my host's home, Shantiji and Shivaji. Host's home, he was going through Minno, that city is called Minno, and then he made a right turn and then left turn into my home, 10611 Kingfisher Road. He was blessing this thing, he was knocking in the dream, got knocked out. I woke up looking for Shirdi Baba. And then I told my daughter and wife, this was my dream. So, why don't you come in? He told me in another dream, I'm already living with you. Why should I come in? The other day I came in, but then I'm living with you. In our home, vessels and lids will move on its own. Shirdi Baba will come and taste food anytime. My wife knows about it. For a long time it's happening. So we are not worried about if lids come off and fly in the air. Long ago, one spatula, whatever it is, in stainless steel was moving high up in the air when we were living in Arlington. How come? I told my wife, she had just then come to United States, and then I told her, this is Shirdi Baba who is handling that one. So don't worry. He is invisible. Only if you have a level, very high level of subtle and above subtle consciousness, or about mind, mental level consciousness, you can see him. That level of consciousness, according to Sri Charana, it takes 1 lakh, 100,000. 1 lakh is 100,000, right? 100,000 births to know the Sadguru. It's not easy to see even Shirdi Baba. The Nadi says, I am the only living human beings who have seen Shirdi Baba live several times from my childhood. From the time I was Mahadev, 3 months old, 4 months old, Shirdi Baba has come and touched me several times. My mother used to tell me, one fakir used to come, we don't know who it is. When I was doing engineering college, I came to know that he was the one from Nadi, and therefore I told my mother, Shirdi Baba has come, you have seen Shirdi Baba several times. It takes a long time to understand If you come to all my satsangs, you will understand what Gopal Rao understood. Just reading one page, a scientific officer, he had ego. He had a little bit of ahankar because I am making a lot of salary. Everything okay? All right. So he wanted to go to Shirdi. So when after reading chapter 21, page 111, it attracted him very much because that book says the Canary Saint. Anybody knowing from Sacharita, the Canary Saint telling Thakur, the gentleman devotee, saying that sometime after that, if you keep reading this book, after that, sometime after you will get a promotion, you will go northwards from Kannada, from Karnataka. From Mysore, you will go northwards. There you will find a great saint, and that saint will bless you, and then you will find the purpose in your life. The Canary Saint, his name in the Sacharita says 111, Appaji. Anybody living? Remember Appa? You should remember Appa. The Canary Saint said that, and then Thakur went and met Shirdi Baba. He found a purpose in life. He found true happiness. That's what he was reading. Who? Our Hyderabadi scientific officer. Shiva says yes. Our scientific officer found out that page, and after that he stopped reading. He said, I wanted to go and see the saint. But it is 1989, July, month of July exactly. And he couldn't see Shirdi Baba, but then he wanted to go there. But then one of the prayers he prayed to Shirdi Baba was, his scientific department used to send people to South Korea and Hong Kong for scientific research. He's in atomic energy, right? South Korea and Hong Kong and other places were great, other than the United States, the great country we live in. And therefore, he was praying there, praying on the 11th April. On the 10th April, he prayed night, I would like to go abroad, Shirdi Deva. And then he said that. And then 11th April at 7:30 a.m., and he goes to office on the 11th April at about 9 o'clock. The CEO of Atomic Energy comes there. I mean, did I say Atomic Energy? Yeah. AEC of India. He comes there and say, sign all the passport papers because we are sending you abroad to Seoul, a place, city nearby Seoul. Pasma, some city, I'll tell you. So he signs the passport papers, and then he comes there and tells a friend, oh, this is a very great Lord. I just prayed this morning and the passport papers come. And within 15 days, 2 weeks, he gets a passport, and then all the papers signed, and he is at the Bombay International Airport. The day he flew was 5th May 1991. He is there, standing there in South Singh at the airport, waiting for the Swiss Air flight. He was boarding the Swiss Air flight from Zurich, Bombay, and Bombay to Hong Kong, Hong Kong to Seoul. And then he gets into the aircraft. It was exact time he got into the aircraft, I can tell you. 1:20 was the flight. At about 1 a.m., he is going through all the duty-free shops. He says, Baba, I want to thank you for sending me in the same day you fulfilled the prayer. This is a true story. The gentleman is still living. Of course, in India, also called AKA Hyderabad. I call Hyderabad India, okay? Prime Minister of Hyderabad is here in Philadelphia today. Somebody said, India said, what, Prime Minister of Hyderabad? Which year you are in? I said, I tell the truth. Don't you know, Sai uncle? Hyderabad means equal to India, the Indian Prime Minister. Oh yeah. He is waiting for the flight, duty-free shops. He goes and rummaging through all the bottles he doesn't drink, and so many perfumes and all that. Suddenly, in between perfume, in between lots of soaps, he finds the picture of Shirdi Baba, our uncle. He just mentally thanks him, he's thanking him and said, I'm going to, he goes to the gate and then gets into the Swiss Air aircraft, and then it starts moving on the runway. Exact time is 1:20 a.m. You think it's a mundane story? When it is moving on the runway, uncle stories always have this flummoxing thing. Suddenly, a tall gentleman, an old tall gentleman. Nowadays, my audience knows that old gentleman means, okay, we all know. We can go for the Perugonna. No. My second story, third story. Fantastic stories are ahead, but then 1 hour is not enough for me. I can talk till 10 p.m. Only thing is I'll be talking to the light, and two guests will be here. My wife will be here probably. Shiva will be there. The temple Shiva, I call him temple Shiva. Some of the outstanding devotees I found in South Heaven. The tall gentleman is coming there. He just comes and sits next to Dr. Gopal Rao, is a PhD. He sits there, and then Gopal Rao is very quizzical. He says, "Who is this gentleman?" So the air hostess starts announcing. The captain says, "Our flight is cruising at 950 miles an hour." And then I never seen, it's always 500. But then the book says 950 miles an hour, and then we are going at 40,000 feet. I'm just saying, I read this several times. So it's 950 miles. And then when it's cruising, the air hostess says, "We are ready for breakfast." And then he talks with the old man. The old man says, "Where are you going?" And then Gopal Rao says, "Sir, may I know your good name? What is it? Where are you going? Or where are you working here? Because he looks a little older than Gopal Rao. He says, "I'm coming from Shirdi." You all expected it. "I'm going to Hong Kong. I wanted to fly with you, and then fortunately I came and sat next to you." And this conversation is interrupted by the air hostess serving tea and other snacks, because it's already when it is flying, the local time is 3 a.m. Gopal Rao misses the sage arati, and therefore he tells the old man, "I will go with the sage arati," because he is coming from Shirdi. Gopal Rao is particularly happy. I'm traveling with somebody, an old man, he should know Shirdi Sai, Shirdi Baba. To which the old man says, "Oh, I go to his temple every day. In fact, I live there, very close to the temple." And he gets hint. Gopal Rao is, remember, he's a PhD, he's a scientific officer. Every word he says, before he says, he grasps the real meaning. And then Gopal Rao also smiles. He thinks, "I'm so lucky." Just 6 months ago, I started reading Gopal Rao things, reading Satcharita. And after page 111, and I'm reading about that book, Canary Saint. One day later, I'm praying. One day, the same day, I get passport papers. What is this God? Who is this gentleman? The plane, in the meantime, he sets the alarm on his watch, and for 5 a.m. and 5 a.m. he wakes up, and already it's very sunny because the local time is 7:30 a.m. The plane lands in Hong Kong International Airport. And then the old man says, "I'll see you sometime back." But before he gets out of the aircraft, he gets an address. "May I have your address, sir?" He gives a small card. He doesn't read the card at that time because he cannot miss this man. So he puts the card in his purse, wallet. And then the old gentleman, he keeps on eyeing, and then he gets out of the aircraft, and then it leaves Hong Kong after about 45 minutes. He misses that man. They reach Seoul, and then the Seoul time is about 1:32 afternoon. And then they get out of Seoul, he and his friend, both of them are going there, right? Atomic energy. And when they go there, they are supposed to go to the next city. That's the city, I'll give you the real name, but I forgot the name, Hong Kong. And then they must go to Pusan. Pusan is near Seoul. So the local time is 1:30, local time 1:30 p.m. And from Pusan, they go there. From there, the host takes them by car to Changwon City. That is where atomic energy had some real facilities, South Korea. And then therefore go to Changwon City. It's a big city, if not like Seoul and Hong Kong. They go there, they go to the city's hotel, and then they go there. It is 7, local time is 7 p.m., 6:30 p.m., half an hour, 7 p.m. And then he goes into the hotel. The host is coming with him, and to the host he says, "I got to do the arati for Shirdi Baba." He doesn't understand anything, but then I have to do some prayers. So the host says, "I'll wait for 30 minutes. And then at the end of 20 minutes of arati, the host come in and takes it. Let's go to the balcony. From the balcony, he sees a aerodynamic view of Changwon City. It's a real city, it's a big city. Changwon City lights are all very beautiful, but one building light completely bewilders Dr. Gopal Rao. In that building, the light says, before that, he is praying. I forgot to tell you, Gopal Rao is praying, "Baba, you are everywhere. You even came into the plane, sat next to me," he is assuming. "If you are everywhere internationally, you are on the globe, please show me that in this city you are there." With that thought, he goes to the balcony, and then the bewildering light, he's so happy to see huge letters of neon lights, "SAI." He cannot believe. He just looks at second time, third time. It is SAI. He talks to his South Korean friend. What is that building? What is that light? We don't know, sir. It says he's saying Sai, SAI. So, oh, is it right? Can you take me to the building? Oh, by all means, it's only the third building on the third street. We'll go there. Before going to dinner, they go there. And when he goes there, he goes to the neon light of the 14th floor or 18th floor. He sees the neon light very closely. It is the word, the host says, sir, it is a salon, SALOON, salon. And then the letters SAL, part of it is missing, I. The rest of the words are all obliterated, and therefore soy. Baba has, after all, you can't beat Shirdi Baba. A good devotee asks for something, it happens. Perhaps that's why people call me all the time, 20 hours a day, all days. People call me and then they told me, I got thousands of emails, 64,000, 36,000 emails saying, thank you, uncle, thank you, uncle. And huge emails saying, thank you, uncle. Because, we just poured our feelings on you like Niagara Falls, and then everything came true. Next day, my problems got solved. But then this morning, a devotee called from Boston. That is a very formidable thing. I gave him bad news. The same devotee from Austin who called me, I gave him good news. And this good news does not happen often. It never happens in this country. I won't go into the story. That story alone will take 45 minutes. That's a very beautiful story of Sai's power. Let's come to Mr. Gopal Rao from Hyderabad. He's looking Changwon city, Sai, and then he goes for dinner. But then before him, the twinkling letters, SAI, the neon lamps keep on twinkling. And then he goes, attends everything, and then 14 days, 10 days, he completes his work in the atomic energy, and then they go back. When they go back, wait a minute. Sorry about that. 1 minute. Yeah. Yes, of course. When he goes back and then he wants to thank, he takes the card out. Yeah, that's the next thing about Gopal Rao. He takes the card out and then sees when he goes back to Hyderabad, the card shows a beautiful globe. Shirdi Baba's picture on one side, just like our Dwarakamayi card, and a globe on the other side, and on the globe in between, it says SAI, Sai. That's all Gopal Rao sees. And then he understands who is the gentleman who sat next to me. Gopal Rao continued to experience lots of experiences. His daughter got married some 4 years later. When the daughter invited Shirdi Baba, I went to Shirdi and invited him personally. And then this resembles the Shirdi Baba story, but then Gopal Rao's life story is like that. The absolute truth about Gopal Rao is, on the day of the marriage wedding, he was waiting for Shirdi Baba. The boys' side, I'll be very brief on that because next story is very invigorating. The boys' side, the Pandit came. And then the boy's side, the father came and please, the Pandit, take the Pandit, told Gopal Rao, take the Pandit to the dining hall, give him some dakshina. And then Gopal Rao gave dakshina, and then he's a new person. I had never seen that in the city of Hyderabad, because this is a huge city, megalopolis. And he came and took him to the dining room and he gave dakshina of 21 rupees he gave, 1989, maybe a good dakshina. And then, after eating and all that, he came to meet all his friends. Okay, all the friends were seen, busy. No, he is probably texting Gopal Rao. I'll be very happy. Please lend me your phone so that I can read it to this august audience. So, he's a great devotee. That's why I thought Gopal Rao is in touch with him. He's still living. So, that Pandit, after some time he met, it was 4 p.m. and then he came with a huge packet of coconut, fruits and other things, other stuff. He wanted looking for the Pandit. He even asked the boy's father. His daughter was getting married. The boy's father was there. Did you see that Pandit? No, I didn't see. I introduced him to you. Do you know who he is? No, I don't know who he is. He went away. He wrote a letter he couldn't find. Now, in the dream that night, he was asking, he went to bed and said, Baba, I invited you, you never came. Resembles Sacharita story, right? I came there, you fool, you idiot, you didn't recognize me. You gave me dakshina. On the street, he got dakshina, right? One rupee, 1 rupee, 1 rupee, until it became 10. 9. 9, he gave 1 more rupee. 10 rupees he milked out of him because he said to his wife, why did you give only 1 rupee? This fakir deserves 10 rupees. So he got 10 rupees. And he got the dakshina and went away, and then he got the visiting card. He went to Shirdi next time. He became very fond of Shirdi. He was promoted several times in the Atomic Energy Commission. I am told he retired as a second in command of atomic energy, and he invented several things. If that is the story of a scientific officer with a PhD, we are going to talk about a person who did only up to 5th grade. His parents were very religious people, but then they were very poor, lower than middle class. And then he was born in a village called Kaleva Mahim. It was in Thana district. In the dream, my wife, Shirdi Baba, came and took my wife, walked to his Shirdi home. Now you know who I am going to talk about. Shirdi home, and in front of the home there is this picture she has seen once. In the dream, I was also there coming from Dwarakamayi. I was enjoying my wife being taken by Shirdi Baba himself to his home. The family was poor, therefore primary education, more than that they cannot afford. In the local school, he went up to 5th grade English, because these are all those British people were ruling. And 1850, he was born in 1859. When Shirdi Baba was born in 1839, just 20 years older. And therefore, he stopped at the 5th standard English medium at Pune. So, on account of his dire financial straits, the family, he could not continue, and therefore he had to seek a college, an high school master, a high school teacher. He went there as an high school teacher, but we are talking about a gentleman who is extremely, he is an epitome, he is a paradigm of perfection, good nature, he is very intelligent. Extremely intelligent, a good nature, that's very important, a good nature. How many people have good nature in Kali Yuga? You find out, right? It's very difficult. On that, I have a whole essay to talk about good nature you should have. And work, his work ethics were so beautiful. He used to, even when he worked in school, and people used to praise him a lot, and therefore he garnered the attention of the local districts. One Mr. Chitnis, he was then the Mamlatdar of Kolaba district. So Chitnis saw him and then said, oh, here is a very fine man, we can use him. So he was posted as a village officer in the place where he was this thing. It is Mamlatdar's office for that time was, I'll tell you, Kolaba district, Bombay, okay, in those days. So he became an English clerk afterwards, after some time. And because of his integrity at work, because of the efficiency, he was appointed as a head clerk after some time. Remember, in those days, 1889, 1891, these are all English people are ruling. To become a Mamlatdar is like an IAS officer. In fact, a Mamlatdar, Nana Sahib Chandorkar, became a deputy collector when he retired. So in those days, Mamlatdar is a very big position, and in the Mamlatdar's office, he became a clerk. And then he was very soon, they saw the efficiency of him, therefore he became a forest settlement officer. And very soon as a special officer on famine relief at Broch. Broch is in Gujarat. He started living in Broch as a special officer on famine relief, and he supervised the relief work of the famine so brilliantly well. He saved a lot of money for the English government, and therefore in 1901 he was appointed class 1 magistrate, first class magistrate in Thana district, in a place called Shahapur. It is still there. In Shahapur he became first class magistrate. Look, he had studied only 5th grade. He had some English, okay. He had become first class magistrate. So with all of you doing so much of studies and pre-med education, IT, AI, you are all guided by AI, and he is teaching operations management. So you all can do wonderful things. With the 5th grade, he becomes a resident magistrate in Bandra. That is a promotion. He became a first-class magistrate in cities called Murbad, Anand, you all know Anand in Gujarat, and in a place called Borsad. It's in Kedar district. In all these places, I'm telling you particularly because in these places is history. The histrionic talent that this gentleman brought to Satcharita, he wrote the Satcharita letter. That is the history I'm trying to cover. I'm talking about Hemat Pant. All right. Some of these histories you may not know. If you know, I'm very proud of you. You have come to know, you have studied, you have researched. Hemat Pant got a PhD on Satcharita. Yeah, I don't have a PhD on Satcharita. I'm still examining Shirdi Baba because I know only 1%. He is tip of an iceberg. I know only 1%, less than 1% of Sri Charana, 0.1% of Shirdi Baba. I have seen him several times. I have spoken with him in Hindi and English. Shirdi Baba. With that, every day he conveys to me everything about you all. The moment I think of anybody, he will tell me so much about you of which you don't have any information. One day I was telling this East Molian sisters, I know one of you is going to marry the Punjabi sister. The other one will have to wait for some time. Obviously, I was giving disappointing news to the other one. But then she was not, she was smiling. You know why? This is the truth. Let us face the truth. Whereas the Punjabi sister said, when am I going to marry? I said an approximate time because Baba even showed the face of the gentleman she is going to marry. That's what is happening with me. I see precisely, but then I know only 0.1% of Shirdi Baba. At that time, when he became Bandra first-class magistrate, not many people are appointed in the same place in British times, in the same place twice, the second time. This gentleman got that approval because he went to Bandra a second time. But then in the meantime, Dikshit, our great friend, the great closest friend of Shirdi Baba, great devotee, right? Solicitor. So he went to Shirdi at the behest of Nana Sahib Chandorkar. Chandorkar said, we both are trying to find out as Sadguru will guide us in our life so that we will all be happy. We will all be walking our life very honestly with great integrity, and we are yet to find out. They both were reading Bhagavad Gita. But Lord Krishna never appeared before them, before Dikshit or deputy collector, God in human form. So they were still looking, and at that time Dabolkar was Anand magistrate. I am talking about 1909. Still 9 years for Shirdi Baba to attain Samadhi. These persons are becoming popular only after 1910. Hardly 8 years. If you come to my satsangs, if you pray to Shirdi Baba, you will come to know so much on the kaleidoscopic, galaxic information about some of these people. Like today I am talking about 1910. 1910 he wrote a letter, Dikshit wrote a letter to our Dabolkar, Mr. Dabolkar, Hemat Pant. The very name has got a hagiography behind it, and I'll tell you later. So Dabolkar had a friend in Lonavala. He already got a letter to come to Shirdi because there is a God in a human form. He is living there, Dikshit says, and therefore Dikshit knows this fellow very well because they were all Mamladars, right? Mamladars in famous places. So Nana Chandorkar himself was a Mamladar in Kolaba, therefore on duty they all go and meet. And therefore he says, Chandorkar and Dikshit found out Shirdi Baba first, and therefore they go in 1910. That's the exact year, 1910-11. And therefore Dabolkar says, these people are asking me to go, and he had a friend in Lonavala. All of you know where is Lonavala? You travel from Mumbai to Pune. On the way, there is a beautiful hill station called Lonavala. India has got lots of army medical corps, army and air force training colleges in Lonavala. The temperature is so beautiful in Lonavala. There he has a friend, he goes there to meet. That friend's son fell sick, and that son went and met several doctors. They could not cure him. No doctor in those days could find out even the reason, the symptoms of the disease they knew, but then what is causing, they don't know. How to cure, they don't know. Finally, that friend went to his guru, and then the guru was asked to sit next to the bed of that son. This our Dabolkar came to know, Hemat Pant. He came to know, and then when he came to know, he went and saw that, and then he is wondering, even when the guru is sitting there, the son, the little child is not getting any better. He's not getting any better, and the guru is sitting there, so he gets a doubt. He starts suspecting all gurus. So when the cannot solve, when he cannot get the boy up, he is still suffering from 103. So why should any human being have a guru? No guru is necessary. So he leaves a friend, and then in and the son also in the bed, he leaves there. And then second time, a letter comes from Chandorkar. Chandorkar writes that he is really somebody. He comes there and meets with him in Bandra. Second time he goes there. First class magistrate, he says, hey, Mr. Dabolkar, you have to come to Shirdi and meet with this person. Chandorkar had a lot of influence. He had very higher ups as friends, even in the English people as well as, Indians. Very highly educated himself, like Dikshit and Chandorkar. He says, and Dabolkar says, okay, this time I'll go. This time I'll go. But at that time, he's taking a train, and when he takes a train, he goes up to in between there's a big station. In that station, what is that station? I forgot. Huh? Ahmednagar? No, there is another station. Manmad. Okay, Manmad, that's the station. He goes to Manmad, and then he gets a message, a telegram saying that another friend's son is down. And therefore, he goes to the friend in not Lolavanal, some other near Manmad. And then the friend says, I also have a guru, but then my son is not getting any better. And therefore, he is discouraged beyond any belief. And then he goes home second time. And who is now picked? Nana Chandorkar. Nana Chandorkar goes and meets him again and say, you must come, all these things. All these gurus, I don't know who they are. But then first time in the Manmad, when the station goes there, and Muslim gentleman comes in the car, in the train, and then exactly gives the details. That Muslim gentleman says, don't break your journey, you get off at this particular station and then go by Tanga. Meaning, he saves all the time, the quickest way to reach Shirdi, and therefore he pinpoints that you should go to Shirdi, but then he is discouraged, Dabolkar is discouraged because of a friend's son, his illness is not cured. This time also he is not going. And it is only, this was in 1909, in 1910, Chandorkar comes and takes him personally. You must come. If you want another intriguing little bit of teeny-weeny bit of story about Chandorkar himself, one gentleman from Shirdi, Kulkarni, Baba sent 3 times to Chandorkar. If you do research like me, if you know things about Shirdi Baba like me, you know that, right? Third time, Chandorkar said, when I come there to Shirdi on official duty, I'll come. The jurisdiction Shirdi was also there. So he didn't go. Chandorkar himself was like that. Now Chandorkar comes to Hemant Pant and says, please come this time. So they both go there in the train. Chandorkar is a very well-known fellow in those days, not Dabolkar. Hemant Pant was not known to anybody. He's just HR, Argobind, Raghunath, Dabolkar. He's going there. The same Islamic Muslim gentleman comes there and says again, this is how you should go, this is how you must take. You must go up to this particular thing, you will see Godavari river. In other words, he directed him exactly to the Dwarakamayi, and then he vanished. Chandorkar was looking in the train, and who is this gentleman? And Dabolkar says, last time also he came, and in spite of his advice, I came back, but this time I am coming there. When Dabolkar reached Dwarakamayi, before the Dwarakamayi is standing, Baba is standing near the corner of Satevada. Satevada corner, he just falls down at his feet, Baba's feet, and then Baba blesses him, and then they both go to Satevada and then live there. In Satevada, he has a friend called Bala Sahib Bate. He's a famous person, right? Most of you know Bate Sahib. So he is there. When he goes there, they both fall into great argument. Bala Sahib Bate is saying, yes, Sadgurus, let me see what Hemant Pant was saying. Dabolkar was saying, we don't need a Sadguru. In every human being's life, whatever is destined to happen will happen. Like people say, wo to hona hi chahiye, wo to hoga in Hindi. Meaning, no other force can interfere, no other force can inject and then take away the karma. Whereas our scripture says, Shripa Srilabha can there pass all your bad karma into the stones, right? And then he pulverized the stones, that's all. Till the other day, we had a Sadguru, we had a Siddha Purusha in Tamil Nadu, a place called Kanakambatti near Palani, Lord Muruga's Palani. Those who speak know Tamil Nadu will know. This is called Kanakambatti Sadguru. He used to bring people when they talks about so many things, he himself without opening the mouth, he will know your bad karma. He will remove the branch of a tree and then he will ask the branch of a tree, the devotee to carry that huge branch of a tree 11 times. And the 11th time comes, he will just pulverize the branch of a tree and then all the leaves and then he will put it on flames and then tell the devotee, he will be he will be having so much of pain. But then he'll say, all this pain is due to your bad karma. Now go home, your bad karma is gone. So his style was, until 2014, he passed away, attained Samadhi in 2014 in Palani. But he still appears. That's a different story. I'm not lecturing on Kanakambatti Sadguru. He's a very powerful man, just like Shirdi Baba. Here, Balasaheb Bhatte says, no, it is not like that. Shirdi Baba's story, he will know in another 30 minutes, he will know in the Dwarakamayi. He says, a Sadguru, a Guru is necessary for everybody because this is a story. Everybody is living a story. Everybody is living a life. Everybody meets lots of problems. If you have a Guru, he will guide you. When he is guiding you, you will come out of all your problems. You will have a happy journey through life and the ending will be very happy only if you have a Guru. Bhatte Sahib says, Balasaheb Bhatte. So, both of them liked each other's argument. Both of them were right. But then Hemant Pant, who wrote Satcharita later, that's the history of this, that's the story. Hemant Pant was woefully wrong. Balasaheb Bhatte was absolutely correct. And they both go to Dwarakamayi. Baba's first question is, what were you discussing in Vada, Satya Vada? The distance is a sufficient distance between Satya Vada and Dwarakamayi. Most of you know that we have gone to Shirdi, right? So he said, the first taste of Shirdi Baba, Hemant Pant, right? He has heard so much from Nana Sahib Chandorkar, God walking, Dikshit says, God walking in human form. He didn't bring himself to believe these things because he had not seen any Sadgurus. If you don't know anything about Satcharita, how will you start the first chapter? The first chapter is not even about Shirdi Baba. It is praying to Ganesha, is praying to Guru, is praying to, Satyanarayan Swamiji. He's praying to so many people. Chapter 2, you come, take a step into Shirdi Baba. Only when you come to page 111, by the time you would have tasted Shirdi Baba, and if you finish Satcharita, you will read again and you will find some other meaning. Satcharita's unique philosophy, the unique philosophy in every page is, you keep reading, the next reading will appeal to you even more, giving you much further information about Shirdi Baba. You keep reading 10 times, 11 times. Baba usually appears in the dream and talks about it. They go there and they say, what were you discussing? And then they were saying, and before Balasaheb Bhatte or somebody else is opening the mouth, Baba says, we four was wandering in the forest. We could not know the direction. We didn't know the direction. Remember the story? I'm not getting into the story fully. Once our Guru appeared, the other three, out of ahankar, out of ego, they say, we don't need you. The Guru appeared. He said, take some bread, right? Bread, take some milk. I brought everything for you, but then due to ahankar, they all went away. Shirdi Baba was the only one who listened to the Guru, and therefore he says, I'll eat with you, and all the others are gone. They are laughing at Shirdi Baba. This story was told to Shirdi Baba, Balasaheb Bhatte and Dabolkar in front of Chandorkar and Dikshit, and it's a very important story. So, it is this meeting that Shirdi Baba named him Hemant Pant. If you are so interested, 13th century Yadava king had a chief minister called Hemant Pant. He was actually Hemadri Pant, 13th century. Okay, this Yadava dynasty king's name was King Ramachandra. And he had a very chief secretary like CM, chief minister. Book says he was a chief minister. And he did so much for humanity. He wrote the Nagarik, original script for Marathi language. He developed an architectural style that goes with his name, Hemadri. Hemadri Pant or something, Hemananda Pant or something. That's the style of the architecture which still exists in Gujarat and Maharashtra. And then he wrote several books on medical sciences. Wow. Any books on neuroscience? I had to talk to my daughter. Chief Minister Hemadri Pant wrote on medical sciences. I am very thrilled. I want to see one of the books. He wrote in Modi script. Did I say Modi script? Yeah, that's the original name, Modi script. Too much influenced by Narendra Modi. Modi script he wrote. He is the only man who did so much. Vaidya Shastra is the medical science book's name, okay? And then he introduced this clean bowlsy, this is a googly. He found out new methods of accounting system. Shiva is not a googly. He wrote so much and then, oh my God. So this title he very intelligently Shirdi Baba gave him because ultimately he gives the responsibility of writing Sai Satcharitra to Hemant Pant. Of course, he has said that I will hold him. Let him not think without ahankar. He thinks he is writing. He is not writing. I'm holding his hand and writing my own biography. He called autobiography. So let him not think, let him not have his ego, bloated ego. All these things he says, I'm not getting into this. And then Hemant Pant retires in 1916. I didn't tell you he married in the meantime. And Rukma Bai is the wife's name. He had one son and 5 daughters. At the end, he did remarkable things. He became editor 1923 to 1929. He was researching with the help of Shama and others all the leelas and all experience of anybody. He gets all the story, all the notes after Baba's Samadhi. He publishes the book Satcharita in 1929. It became an instant hit. Instant hit it became because it was the only book on Shirdi Baba. It was the only book. If anybody wanted to know anything at all about Shirdi Baba after Samadhi, that was the only book. People read a lot from that. And then came 1936. Who? H. Narasimha Swamiji from Chennai. He went and interviewed lots of people. He went too deep into Shirdi Baba literature and he wrote Life of Shirdi Baba, 3 volumes. That became an instant hit and every Indian started reading that. The original was written by Hemant Pant in Marathi. Okay? In the Marathi version had 53 chapters and 9,308 verses. It was translated, it was transliterated and it was translated. In English, translation was done by Gunaji, an high school teacher. The OV is called, the verses is called OVs, 9,308 OVs. Transliteration literally was done by a PhD. Anybody the name? Indra. V.B. Kerr, who wrote a beautiful book on Shirdi Baba, his wife is a PhD in English literature. And she wrote the book, transliterated. That book is more popular today than even Satcharita. We have been reading that book. The moment it was published, I got a copy and then read line after line every OV. It is a tremendous book. If you have a lot of time, that is, if you are not doing IT job, if you are not a doctor, get the original and read. No, Mama, none of us is going to do that because we are all doctors and IT people here. Very busy people, right? Mama, if it is one job, I'll read it. I'm doing 3 jobs, Mama. Okay, don't tell anybody. Tell me only. Anyway, this is become a poti. In those days, these potis are very, very popular. And then when these potis came, it became very, very interesting, intriguing book, that original Indra Kerr's book. Please read that OV after OV. It's very nice. Can I take 10 more minutes? Anybody who says, Mama, ped mein chua kood raha hai, I cannot take it, Mama. I am bringing you to Ramachandra Atmaram Tarkar's wife, the famous, most famous Sita Devi. Very briefly, Sita Devi had a very interesting, intriguing beginning with Shirdi Baba. Headache, looking straight in the eye, headache gone, migraine gone. But Sita Devi belonged to a genre of a different thing, a class of different devotee. If you have the same thing, your migraine will go. You just think of Sita Devi, your migraine should go. That requires enormous bhakti. Perhaps you have to do only bhakti. Some people came and tell me, Mama, that kind of a class we cannot reach. At least be like me. Whatever you do, whatever I am doing, I'm thinking of him. I'm thinking of Sumati Maharani. I salute her. I do namaskar to her and Sri Charana. So many times, every day. While driving, you can think of Shirdi Baba, right? While driving, you can think of me instead of thinking about your girlfriend 45 years ago or about your Punjabi future husband. Nobody knows you, don't worry. These sisters are very elusive. They have a great devotion to Shirdi Baba, but then they love their mother more than Shirdi Baba, which is a fact. You can't deny that fact to me, right? I have found out from your mother, not from you. So, why fall in love with your wife? You love your wife to the extent which is required. Show your love to Shirdi Baba. It doesn't require more than a minute every day. I have taught people, a lot of people spend 1 minute, come to third Saturday puja, spend the hours and then come meet me in the room. I'll tell you, 1 minute every day. Mama, is it the same as 1 minute manager? Yeah, that is not the book. That is for all your MBAs. Janik Raman will teach you. Professor. Operations management. No, I'm not going to artificial intelligence or operations management. This is simply bhakti management. And people have tried and found out Shirdi Baba. Beautiful Shirdi Baba. So, Sita Devi wanted to find, I can stop the story if you want. I got wonderful, wonderful stories even after that. Oh, you beautiful story of a simple man. How Baba makes ordinary things into extraordinary. Gopal Rao was very ordinary. He never thought one day he will become deputy CEO of Atomic Energy. He became. On the way, Baba shows, I am no longer ordinary. I am an extraordinary Sadguru. Sita Devi went to Shirdi Baba and then said, in every Janma, we have to go to Pandharpur once. If I don't go to Pandharpur, and then I feel I wasted my life. If I don't go to Pandharpur, even coming to you is a waste. She didn't say that. She indirectly said that. She is seeking permission from Shirdi Baba to go to Pandharpur. Vittal ji se milna hai. ठीक है. Baba says, Vittal ji se milo, koi baat nahi. But then your Vittal ji is sitting here. You are talking with your Vittal ji. This is your Pandharpur where you are sitting. So why go to Pandharpur? But being a woman, sorry, no offense meant. Being a woman, because I am telling you the truth. Even women have agreed. Being a woman, they become very stubborn. Stubborn to the extent of arguing with Shirdi Baba. Shirdi Baba finally yields, like all men. Finally they yield. It's all right. She is our wife. Let's yield. And probably you'll get dinner, nice dinner again. If all the wives in the world strike. If my wife strikes, I can't even do the puja. She does lots of things. She talks with lots of people. She tells me, 12 years ago, one tall devotee was there. I couldn't get the name with all my brains. There was no use. She told me in a jiffy. That's the name, tall man. Name, everything she told. I said, oh, long-term memory to kuch baro karna padega. She has a sound long-term memory. I won't talk about short-term memories, okay? Long-term memories, she has fine. Everybody is born with all those things. She is very happy. She argues and Shirdi Baba yields and say, if you so want, I bless you, you go to Pandharpur. That blessing carries a lot of meaning, as you would find in the next 10 nanoseconds. They go to Pandharpur, morning ablutions over, they take a nice bath, and Sita Devi brings lots of puja material. She'll buy all the fruits of Pandharpur. They take all those things and then go inside. There is a pujari standing there. Pujari give the permission. They are saying, we are coming from this thing, Bombay. They said, okay, do the puja. And when they do the puja, final moment comes. She has made a beautiful garland like all the ladies make for this puja. Look at there is one female devotee, Haima, Paddy's wife, Haima. Come in, Kaveri Garu. When she makes a garland, it is double the size, and I said one day I'll contact Guinness Book of World Records, or at least Limca, because that's one of the longest beautiful garland like this one. All right. And therefore, she has a garland and she wants to carry and garland. Please listen to this. She wants to garland Vithalji independently herself, not give the garland everything. Because Vithalji is on this thing, 3 steps. Fourth step is there. You cannot go up the pedestal. You simply don't have permission for devotees. Pujari alone can go and do the arati, change the garland, blah, blah. And then when she is asking, Jyotindra, her son Jyotindra says, Shirdi Baba gave you permission. Listen to this. Shirdi Baba gave you permission, therefore ask Shirdi Baba. Kaveri garu, kya hala bhai? Baba told to do. You know so much about Shirdi Baba, you very intelligently avoided my whole lecture. Good. You are. There's class C, B, A devotees. I'll put you above A. That's one of the best devotees, okay? She knows a lot about. The other day, Satyanaran Puja, she was translating one full paragraph where the Dikshidhar, the temple pujari, failed to give the right meaning. She translated, and I heard it. That was very nice of you. So, when the pujari said, no, you cannot go there, I'll do. But the son, what's his name? Jyotindra Ramchandra. Jyotindra says, you pray to Shirdi Baba, if he gave you permission, now he has to give you permission to garland this thing. And then they close. The pujari is standing there, is saying, what is this lady saying? She cannot go, she is coming from Bombay, we don't even know. She can't go up and garland. In the meantime, Sita Devi with the garland in hand, she is praying to Shirdi Baba. Baba, what she prayed, I know, it's there in one book written by the family. She had told them, she says, you gave me the permission and therefore give me the permission to garland this deity because I have to attain salvation. If I don't garland this deity, there is no salvation. That was the belief with which she went to Pandharpur. Even today, Pandharpur jate hain log with the same belief. They are called varis. When we are going from Shirdi to Rahata to Pune, we saw the varis. Long lines of people walking without any shoes. These devotees don't wear shoes. Some of them are 78 years old. Some of them are 14-year-old boys and girls. We saw with our own eyes the car could not move. It was snarling 20 miles an hour. We saw all the devotees. I even did namaskar to the devotees. Every year they go. This is one of the best management teams in the world that manages those crowds. It is there in the books. Therefore, she is praying. When she is praying, Vithalji's statue starts moving. It comes down the third step, second step, it starts moving and comes close to. The Vithalji statue comes close to. Jyotindra is watching. It is coming down. Within awe, the pujari is watching. It comes down. She is still praying. It comes and stops very close to Sita Devi. And Jyotindra says, he taps on the shoulder of his own mother, pious mother, said, look, open your eyes, look what you're seeing. Says Vithalji is standing there. She garlands, real story. Nothing could be more real. All the world we are living is nothing but an illusion. You think this is real? That is real. God listening and coming down, and she garlands. When she garlands, it goes back. Jyotindra in his family book has written, and the Red Sea parting near Shirdi, 16 feet of water parting, just like Moses, right, with his staff. Same thing. Jyotindra experienced that. All these things, ordinary human beings experiencing extraordinary moments like Sita Devi, Jyotindra, Hira, Dr. Hira Malini, MD, MBBS MD in Chennai. That story I don't have time. Next satsang. And then R.B. Purandare, simplest man. Simplest man, no, everybody said such a simpleton. Baba is favoring, giving him a bungalow. R.B. Purandare story. I once have explained, but then I have new details about R.B. Purandare. I do not have time for that. So the Vittal Darshan is from the book written by Mahindra Jyotindra Tharkad. Mahindra's son is working for an electronics company, Dell. Daughter is working for IBM in the technology division. She used to work in sales division, and she once contacted me 8 years ago. Mama, I want to be here. Hear so much about you. We want the transfer. Would you please do that? Tharkad family, you are calling me. That was my answer. Mama, we know enough about you from Saya auntie in Chicago. Okay, I bless you. You will get the transfer. Next week, she got the transfer. Sai Auntie. Her name is Sai Auntie in Chicago. She's a great bhakta of Shirdi Baba. She told me Suhal got the transfer. I hope she has become chief. I hope her brother is enjoying the IT job. That is the father, Mahindra Jyotindra Tharkar, Jyotindra's son. This generation after generation, your own generation, you become a great devotee, your son and daughter, some of whom are sitting there, right here. They'll be so proud of you. Some of them will be talking about you. Some of you great devotees will find the pictureless frame in Houston Temple, in our Independence Temple, in all the pictures, and the final last 2-3 pictures will be empty. It's waiting for a devotee like you. Come and get attached to Shirdi Baba. Think of him 1 minute a day. It's not a tall order. Sai uncle makes things easy. I never asked you do vrat for 7 weeks, Thursdays. Baba doesn't like vrat. Baba doesn't like fasting. How many of you don't know this? Don't fast. Baba doesn't like. Baba hates devotees who fast. Eat well. Today I told a devotee, eat well. You have lost about 4 pounds. Just an hour ago I told. Now I am looking at her. She looks, is attained some more fat. What is this miracle, Baba? I have to ask him. She is also a great devotee, Shirdi Baba. She is living in South India, heaven. Whatever humor is there. With that, some stories I told, some stories I didn't say. Some humor I said, some humor I didn't say. There are lots of things. The other day, one moment. I sometimes watch humor dealing with all sorts of stories. These are not heavy stuff, but some people write to me emails. Mama, these are all very heavy. Next satsang to Houston, please don't do any satsang. So what should I do? Just bring Sai Murari. That's all we need. Sai Murari will take to the mic. That I have been trying for that only. Late night comedian show. Sai Murari is here. Why don't you come before the audience? And one such Sai Murari joke is, Ted Koppel, a famous anchorman in the 80s and 90s, appeared just 10 days ago on a reality show. I was watching Ted Koppel. I am very fond of Ted Koppel. Some of you know Ted Koppel because you are not that young. 10, 15 years ago, he was a very famous anchorman. Today, he is very old. Sai Murari, come. This is something like Sai Murari. I was watching Ted Koppel on the reality show, and then he was talking about, he veered into artificial intelligence. He said the AI is very weird sometimes. I have seen all the applications of AI. For instance, AI said the other day in a broadcast, everybody is watching. Listen to this. Kamala Harris is a man. Her original name is Kamal Arush. This is the most famous science today, artificial intelligence. Sometimes we will all become all female, will become male devotees. And male devotees would you love to be a female devotee? I don't know anything about that. But artificial intelligence can go to any extent and do such thing. Kamal Arush. Incidentally, the running for president on the ticket is Kamala Harris, Miss Harris. She knows about this joke. She welcomes it. In one of the meetings, he said, you think I am a black woman or something? I am also a man. I am Kamal Arush. Let's do the puja, okay? This is what I said is like Sai Murari, like humor. He is capable of very high class humor, some of which in the last 5 years, if I say, you will demand more, one more, some more. But we have a great puja ahead, right? Right? You want Sai Murari or Dwarakamayi puja? Difficult to say, okay? I prefer private hours with Sai Murari, now puja. Sorry, I couldn't share with you the doctor from Chennai, Dr. Hira Malini, not Hema Malini. Hema Malini's story is different. That's also a great devotee who went to Shirdi and Baba came and before they could order, that server brought everything. That is Hema Malini's story. And then there is another story of Meera. All these doctors, maybe Baba is fond of doctors. I don't know. This puja is an extraordinary puja. Do once a month, you will attain your prarabdha karma's commands. Whatever sanchita karmas spills into prarabdha karma, those karmas will take a reality, a shape into a reality. It will blossom, it will ensemble into something that will embellish you. You are IT, you are a doctor, you are a student at UTD. These things I am seeing every day. Even the coffee maker, a graduate student in the coffee shop in the VCB of UTD, the other day I was talking. So what's your name? You are from India. Are you from Hyderabad? I'm from Hyderabad, uncle. How do you say? No, India, I forgot. Where is India? Bharat. You look like you are from Hyderabad. She is from Hyderabad and her name is Vaishnavi. She's still working. Tomorrow you can talk. You go there for a coffee. She makes wonderful coffee. She talks about her future. I told you are going to get married in December. Very surprising. You are graduating on 14th with the permission of your professor. Professor first declined, and then when he talked about marriage, she booked already on the 12th. 14th there is a class. The professor said no. He declined to give permission. Because that is, maybe she is his student. She is doing IT, operations management, artificial intelligence in IT. Maybe you are teaching her. Please go to the coffee shop, have a nice coffee and then talk to her. Refer to Sai uncle, she knows me. In UTD, a lot of people talk with me, their future. When I said you are getting married very soon, probably a little early, you must go and get a job. And your husband is not doing IT job. He is doing a business. Uncle, he is doing a business. That is the Vaishnavi who is still working there. And when I go there, she makes coffee. She says you need not pay. No, that violates UTD rules, right? So I pay her maybe $1 more. Nice coffee. Now, this puja is going to be better than that coffee. You know why? This will produce thousands and thousands of coffee cups and coffee. You can enjoy that coffee. Everybody ready? Pray to Shirdi Baba once. There is not much ritual. There is absolutely no ritual. I just start. Om Sri Sai Nadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sri Lakshmi Naraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Krishna Rama Siva Maruti Yati Rupaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sesha Sai Ne Namaha. Om Sri Sai Godavari Tata Shiladivasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Hirdayalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarva Hirdayavasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Budhavasine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Budhavasaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Buddha Bhavishya Pava Varjitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kalatitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kala Kalaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Kala Darpadamanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Mrityunjayaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Amartyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Mrityunjayaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Martya Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jeevadaryaya Namaha. Sri Sai Sarvadaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktavana Samartanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktavana Pradiknyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Annavastradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Arogya Kshemadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Dhanamangalya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Riddhi Siddhidaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Putra Mitra Kalatra Bandhudaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Yoga Shema Vahaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Apad Bandhavaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhukti Mukti Swarga Pavargadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Priyaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Priyaya Namaha. Priti Vardhanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Antaryamine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sachidatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Nityanandaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Paramasugataya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parameshwaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Parabrahmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Paramatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jnana Surupine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jagadapitreya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhaktanam Matrudatru Pitamahaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Pitamahaya Namaha. Bhakta Abhaya Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Paradinaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakta Anugraha Kataraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhakti Sakti Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jnana Vairagyadaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Prema Pradaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Samshaya Hridaya Daurbalya Papa Karma Vasana Chayakaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Hridaya Granthi Bedagaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Karmadvamsine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sutta Sasvastidaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Gunadida Gunatmane Namaha. Om Sri Sai Ananta Kalyana Gunaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Amita Parakramaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jaine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Jaine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Durdarsha Shobhaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Aparajitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Trilekeshu Avigata Gataye Namaha. Asakyarahidaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarvasakti Murtaye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sarupa Sundaraya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sulokshanaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Bhairuva Vishwamurtaye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Arubhavyaktaye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Ashintaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sushmaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sushmaya Namaha. Sarvantaryamine Namaha. Om Sri Sai Manovagatitaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Prema Murtaye Namaha. Om Sri Sai Sulabha Durlabhaya Namaha. Om Sri Sai Asahaya Sahayaya Namaha. अनाथनाथ दीनबन्धवे नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वभाराप्तुते नमः। अकर्मानेक कर्म सुकर्मिणे नमः। ओम श्री साई पुण्यश्रवण कीर्तनाय नमः। ओम श्री साई तीर्थाय नमः। ओम श्री साई वासुदेवाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सतां गतये नमः। सत्पारायणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई लोकनाथाय नमः। ओम श्री साई भावननागाय नमः। ओम श्री साई अमृतांसवे नमः। ओम श्री साई अमृतांसवे नमः। भास्कर प्रभाय नमः। ओम श्री साई ब्रह्मचर्य तपस्सर्यादि सुव्रताय नमः। सत्य धर्म पारायणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सत्य धर्म पारायणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सिद्धेश्वराय नमः। ओम श्री साई सिद्ध संकल्पाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सिद्ध संकल्पाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सिद्ध संकल्पाय नमः। योगेश्वराय नमः। ओम श्री साई भगवते नमः। ओम श्री साई सत्पुरुषाय नमः। ओम श्री साई पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सत्यधर्म पारायणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सिद्धेश्वराय नमः। ओम श्री साई कामादि षड्वैरि ध्वंसिने नमः। ओम श्री साई अपेद नंदानुभव प्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई समसर्वमत सम्मताय नमः। ओम श्री साई दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री साई वेंकटेशरमणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई वेंकटेशरमणाय नमः। प्रपन्नार्ति हराय नमः। ओम श्री साई प्रपन्नार्ति हराय नमः। ओम श्री साई संसार सर्व दुख क्षयकराय नमः। संसार सर्व दुख क्षयकराय नमः। संसार सर्व दुख क्षयकराय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वांतर बहिस्थिताय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वविद सर्वतोमुखाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वांतर बहिस्थिताय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वमंगलकराय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वमंगलकराय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वमंगलकराय नमः। सर्वाभीष्टप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई समरस षण्मार्ग स्थापनाय नमः। ओम श्री साई समर्थ सद्गुरु साईनाथाय नमः। समर्थ सद्गुरु साईनाथाय नमः। श्री साईनाथाय नमः। ओम श्री साई श्री अनंत कोटि ब्रह्मांड नायक राजाधिराज योगिराज परब्रह्म श्री सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरु साईनाथ श्री साईनाथ महाराज की महाराज की। Now let's do the Aarti.
शिर्डी माझे पंढरपूर साई बाबा रामावर साई रामावर साई बाबा रामावर शुद्ध भक्ती चंद्रभागा भाव पुंडली दादा पुंडली दादा भाव पुंडली दादा याहो जन करा बाबाची वंदन साईची वंदन करा बाबाची वंदन गणू म्हणे बाबा साई धाव पाव माझे आई पाव माझे आई धाव पाव माझे आई.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः. ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः.
ॐ साई नमो नमः. श्री साई नमो नमः. जय जय साई नमो नमः. सद्गुरु साई नमो नमः.
ॐ साई नमो नमः.